So now we started the recording, which means that this has started, and also the live in YouTube is going to be started now. So welcome everyone. My name is Sebastián Bustamante. I am currently the national coordinator of the Enterprise Europe Network in Colombia. With me is Estefania as well, who is our internationalization lead, and Paola that just joined also from the EN in Colombia, internationalization team as well. So we have been hosting these EN talks as a way to make Colombian ecosystems closer to different European-based opportunities. In this case, we're going to be getting to know a bit about one of the thriving and more robust regions in Germany because of its capacity to develop different sectors, and Marina is going to be taking us through that in a moment, the region of Thuringia. Very happy to have you here today. We have been planning this EN talk for some time now. Remember that the talk is being recorded, that we will be creating additional outreach opportunities for the talk through social media and landing pages, right? And I will stop right there just to give Marina the stage. So welcome, and the stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Sebastian. Can you hear me?
Very well.
Yeah, fine. Well, dear participants, dear guests, welcome here in Thuringia. My colleague Carine was supposed to start the presentation to give you first overview of the state Thuringia in general. That's why don't feel frustrated why I start in the middle, just because for some technical reasons she will join us a bit later. So I start with the presentation of the Enterprise Europe Network team here in Thuringia. Then I'll continue with our ecosystem, with our networks and clusters. And then we come back to Carine and we'll learn more about different aspects, more aspects of Thuringia. Well, the first page I brought as host organization. There are two host organizations of Enterprise Europe Network here. And for you to have an idea of what is the Enterprise Europe Network, just in case you don't know directly this organization, the project is already more than 15 years old, started in 2008. It is a project of the European Union. The idea of the project is to help local SMEs, in our case, SMEs from Thuringia, from Germany, to help them to expand internationally, find contacts abroad, and contacts business or technology contacts for mutual R&D activities, to be stronger in market here in Europe, but also beyond. There are a number, quite a long list of countries beyond Europe we are presented, also in Colombia. And here in Thuringia we have host organization. The first one is Chamber of Commerce, which is traditional member of the Enterprise Europe Network in Germany because of their duties for their duties for SMEs, but here in Thuringia we're also represented in funding for technology, innovation and research Thuringia, Stiftung für Technologie, Innovation und Forschung Thüringen. It's my host organization and we are funded. So the project here in Thuringia is funded by the European Union and also by State Ministerium for Economic here in Thuringia. So let's continue with the picture. Yeah, let's continue with the next slide, which is dedicated to Thuringia itself. Thanks to Google Map, this picture of Germany with a light spot in the middle, in heart of Germany, it is Thuringia. You can see there are no no external borders to whether to Poland, to Czech. We have only internal borders to another free states, to Hesse, Bavaria, Lower Franconia, Saxony, Anhalt, and Saxony. Capital is in Erfurt, and population of the state is approximately 2.1 million. The next 3 bullet points here on this slide: economy, key facts. I also found in ChatGPT, thanks to AI, AI identified these key points. So key industries include automotive, mechanical engineering, biotechnology, and optics. It has a really strong historical research and development sector and high-tech and internationally visible production region. So I'm totally agree with this definition. Just in case you have you want to know more about cultural heritage of this place, Thuringia is the birthplace of renowned composers like Johann Sebastian Bach and Richard Wagner. Google it after the meeting, and you will know more about Thuringia. So I've mentioned already, here in Thuringia, we are Enterprise Europe Network, only 2 host organizations, all in all 7 people. So you can wonder, how can we reach out all these SMEs, all these industry representatives, and also R&D companies? How we do, we work closely with networks and clusters. So we say we are at arm's length with SME due to our contacts to networks and clusters. Their business idea of networks and clusters is to provide opportunities to extend abilities of businesses, find business contacts or find research contacts to create more collaboration opportunities, increasing innovation, improving efficiency of the products and services, enhancing access to market, and offer stronger lobby power even in politics. That's why we work with, I'm going to present only one part of clusters and networks from the region, just to not to spring the frame of our meeting today. If you don't find the representative of your industry, your specific industry in my presentation, just let me know. I'm pretty sure we will find network or cluster acting in the field of your interest. So then I start with Optanet. Optanet is, what is it? Yes, Optanet is an optics industry cluster and major employer in Thuringia. There are more than 120 members from both photonic research and businesses, and they are working in the following focus areas. First, optical communication systems, development of new technologies for transmitting data over optical, as well as the development of new optical networks. Second, optical sensors, which includes research in new types of sensors that use light to measure physical or chemical parameters such as temperature, pressure, gas, concentration, and so on. Then we are talking about companies acting in optical imaging, which includes on development or research development on new techniques for imaging. Imaging objects such as microscopes, telescopes, as well as the development of new applications for optical imaging, such as medical imaging, for example, industrial inspection, and so on. And optoelectronic devices such as LED, lasers, solar cells, lighting, and so on. By the way, all links are active on my presentation in case you want to check out or go deeper in activity fields of members of every network. I'm going to present you this link fields directly to the landing page of every network. And what I wanted to mention regarding Optinet, additional information, for example, this year they organize in September 2 events, or they are co-organizer of following events. First one is International Conference on Plasma Surface Engineering, which will take place in first week in September, which is organized by the European Joint Committee on Plasma and Ion Surface Engineering. They expect nearly 800 participants from all over the world. On this moment, I would like to mention that it's well-established, worldwide known and established conference, which takes place third time in Thuringia. And also it is a leading forum on the field of plasma, as well as ion and practical BIMS assisted surface modification and film technology. Second event I would like to present you is W3 Plus Fair. It is trade fair exhibition taking place second time in Thuringia in September this year. So the focus, industrial focus of exhibition is technical, optics, laser technology, electrical engineering, electronics. And they count on 2,000 visitors and around 160 exhibitors from the region. Just in case you are from this industry field and planning visiting us in September, it is a good opportunity to make better use of your travel here visiting this kind of events. So let me continue with the next network. It is smart and textile, a smart and technical textile network called SmartTex. It has 68 members, also from both industry and R&D sectors. Members are developer and supplier of intelligent, technical, sensory, actuator-based, multifunctional, variableless textile-based products. These are companies active in textile and clothing industry, automotive industry, medical industry, or other sectors with technical textiles. Also, research institutions and universities that include research in fields of textiles, clothing, technical textiles are members of this network. Yes, then we continue with the PolymerMat. PolymerMat is a network for plastics and composites industry. Here in Thuringia, it has 120 members, both for industry and R&D sector. And members are from the following three focus areas. Of course, it is plastic processing, which includes companies that manufacture plastic products, such as films, foils, packaging, and components, plastic machinery and equipment for plastic processing industry, and plastic raw materials and additives for plastic industry. Then we go further, and ELMUC. ELMUC network, ELMUC abbreviation stands for Electronic Measurement and Equipment Technology Thuringia. It has 60 companies in the membership and 10 R&D organizations in the following focus areas: measurement, control, regulation technology, focus on technology used to measure and control various physical processes like temperature, pressure, flow, and so on, and also management and control solutions for relevant municipalities or utilities. This network offers in October this year an event which is taking place on a regular basis once a year. It calls ELMU for Future. This year, topic of the event, Hydrogen and Measurement Technology Innovation Forum for Industries and Research. To get more information to this event, please use a link. I should mention that almost all of these networks are internationally active. They have already experience with company missions, incoming missions, and missions which have been organized by the Enterprise Europe Network by a colleague of mine all over the Europe. So quite experienced networks. They know what we are talking about if we invite you. Next, network SpectraNet, supporting and enhancing collaboration in photonics and machine vision for quality assurance in industry and beyond. So there are 49 members, also both from industry and R&Ds, and its focus area connecting players in field of visual quality assurance based on digital color image processing and spectral imaging in the various sectors and industries. For example, optics and photonics companies and research institutions working on laser, sensors, optical fibers, and other photonic technologies, as well as machine vision for quality assurance in industry. Well, in the next page, I would like to talk about two key players of medical technology and biotechnology in Thuringia. It is Medways Network and Infectognostic Research Campus in Jena. 19 members in Medways plus 30 members in Infectognostics from both industry and research organizations, and these are industry associations of leading German research institutes, industrial companies and universities with the aim of developing innovative methods for the diagnostic and therapy of severely age-related diseases, as well as medical technology production that are suitable for the global market. Focus area covering following topics: biophotonics, bioinstruments, infections, diagnostic, digital health, healthy diet, and healthy aging. And one more network I would like to present here is our IT network, Thuringia, information and communication technology with innovative and production-related services. There are 43 members, industry members, and focus area of their activities are learning systems, augmented and virtual reality, service robotic enhancing everyday life, and digital platforms and services for business and administration. Well, that is an overview for networks in Thuringia, and my invitation to all of you, first of all, to visit the pages of these networks, to make your own, to build up your imagination, to build your, how can I say, develop your idea of Thuringia and industries. If you decide, and I hope you do so, visit us. We can organize matchmaking for you, and in case you want to do so, we will make co-organizing the event, of course, with your local EN colleagues, but we will make profiles of your company, your services, and look for business or technology contacts for you here in Thuringia. The first. Then we'll organize visits to companies or R&D organizations in the field of interest for you. And if there are any events taking place in the time of your visit, we'll organize visiting the events for you. This my contacts. Probably easier way to get into contact is a LinkedIn profile. Here in the corner is QR code. Feel free to reach me out for any information you want to know more about Thuringia. Sebastian?
Marina, for the presentation. And now we will try to understand if Carine will be able to make it. You know, technology has this very tricky instinct, and it usually fails in these moments. But let's try it out. Carine, can you hear us?
I just don't dare to speak. I can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can
Can you
hear
hear
you.
me?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
Good. So maybe
I'm
we
very
can...
sorry about it.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, it's always the same. There is always a technical problem in such an event, and I was the one today. Sorry about that.
But it worked just in time.
Thank you, Sebastian, for this possibility.
Welcome again. So
Yeah,
we have Carine today here.
in the end, it works.
Yeah, and maybe you can share your screen, then we can go into your presentation. Just by the way, we have 17 persons in the call, so it's going to be like 10 or 12 SMEs that are present at the moment here. And then we are as well broadcasting in YouTube. So yeah, I think we're doing good. So feel free to share your screen, Carine. Okay, it's coming now. And yeah, the stage is yours. We can see the screen. You can put it in presentation mode, and then we would be ready to go.
Working on it. It just doesn't react very quickly, but should come now. Yeah. Can you see it now? Okay.
Yes.
So, well, I'm impressed. It's working. So, yes, I'm trying something more tricky even at the end. I would like to show you a film, but if it doesn't work, I will share the links and the link, and you can have a look by yourself. We'll give it a try. I have some technical problems today, but it should be okay. So who doesn't try doesn't succeed. So thank you very much for this opportunity to speak here today. It's very exciting to be in touch with Colombia, and I would really like to do more. My name is Carine Cornez-Fliege, and I've been working at the State Development Corporation of Thuringia for 20 years now, working with a focus on Latin America and North America as well. Actually, I'm French, coming from France, been here for came over 25 and trying to understand the culture in Thuringia, and I think I succeeded. It's a quite nice place, and I want to show you around now. Thuringia, well, Marina, thanks a lot. That was a great introduction. I should show Thuringia, and you said quite a bit about it, and I would like to show you our map of the center of Europe. Thuringia is in the very heart of Europe, very center of Europe, and you can see on this map that you can reach with we like to say that because it's a very important topic for the industry. You can reach, starting from Thuringia, every important city in Europe in one day with a lorry. So transporting things, goods, whatever, you can reach them in one day. 800 kilometers, you can reach Paris and Warsaw and Budapest, and you can go to Hamburg as well. So that's quite interesting for the industry, and that's why there is a quite interesting cluster of firms that want to settle here in Thuringia. Marina told a lot, said something about the size of our region. It's not very big. It's one of the smallest region in Thuringia, in Germany, but we say it's small, but it's quite clever and it's quite industrial. So let's have a look. We like to compare Thuringia with some other main places or main hubs in the world. And if you have a look at New York in a radius of 800 kilometers, you may reach 107 million potential customers. Then you have a look at Asia and see Tokyo, for example, and in a radius of 800 kilometers, you can reach approximately 102 million potential customers. Shanghai, 800 kilometers, 290 million potential customers. Thuringia, in a radius of 800 kilometers, as I said, you can reach all the main cities in Europe, and these are 280 million potential customers. So this is to have a perspective. Yes, Thuringia is small, but it's very well connected to other main locations in Europe. Very well connected with a very nice transport system. We are in the middle of the railway network in Germany and in Europe. So you can go from Erfurt to Frankfurt and then to Paris within 6 hours with a train. You can go from Erfurt to Berlin, the capital city of Germany, in 1 hour and 40 minutes or 45 minutes. You can reach Munich to go to a football game maybe, or to have some business talks in 2 hours and a quarter. So it's quite central. We can go to Hamburg or send your goods to Hamburg to be taken further to Latin America. And that's quite an easy way, well-connected place. Just the same for motorways. You can see all these roads. Thuringia has 4 motorways crossing the region from west to east and from north to south. Thuringia has been turning more and more international in the last 30 years. You know, Thuringia is part of the former Eastern Germany. So we used to have no contact at all to other countries, except for the Eastern countries and Russia. And in 1989, the wall came down and Thuringia had to work on its international strategies and work on more contacts. Now, these are the companies that have settled in Thuringia in the last 30 years. You can see many of them are from Europe, many are from the USA, and we only have one Latin American company here in Thuringia, and that's from Brazil. That's CSNA, this metal industry. We're working on more. And if you have an idea, just contact us. I will not start again with all these clusters that we have, but you heard from Marina that we do have many companies and very good know-how in high-tech industries. I would maybe like to drop a few names that you might have heard of. If you talk about optics and optoelectronics, we are in the very cradle of the optic industry, because here in Jena, the optics started with Carl Zeiss and Ernst Habe, who discovered the first or produced or imagined the first microscope. And that was the very beginning of the optic industry. You might know this name, Zeiss. Zeiss is settled in Jena, in Thuringia. Schott, Jenoptik, these are all the main firms that gave birth to a very high number of smaller companies that created these main headquarters. So that this cluster of optic and optoelectronic industry is very dense in Thuringia. Automotive and suppliers, we cannot say that we have many OEMs in Thuringia, but we have a very dense network of suppliers, and that's what we are special for. Thuringia has a very high number of small and medium enterprises, which are potential partners for firms in South America. We don't have that many big names except for Zeiss and Jenoptik, but we do have very many companies that have about 300 employees and are very easy to reach and to deal with. Yes, you will receive the presentation, so I don't have to list the whole series of key industries. Of course, mechanical engineering is very important as well. Here we have a very important joint venture between Lufthansa Technik and Rolls-Royce, which do the maintenance of the motors of the the motors of the A380, which are not produced anymore, but of all the Airbus planes and Boeing planes, they are being maintained in Thuringia, because Thuringia is just in the middle of the big airports between Berlin, Munich, and Frankfurt. The airlines have to bring their planes some places, and they bring them to airport to be maintained. So let me go on. Life science is quite important, and the main start of this very important life science cluster is based also on the optic industry that started here. There is a series of firms that deal with optic components in their installation and in their products, and that's why the main example for them is Carl Zeiss Meditech, doing a very well-known machine to laser your eyes if you have sight problems. So yeah, that's the link between the life science industry and the optical industry in Thuringia. Plastic, you heard about polymer mat, and we have a very big range of small and medium-sized companies and research institutes. Food industry, we love food here. I will talk to you about the Thuringian sausage, of course, which is our main it's our main export good in the food industry. And other firms that are here are more like subsidiary of big concerns, having chosen Thuringia because of its central location. IT, you heard from it already. We have a very active cluster, IT Nets, and a series of companies doing a lot with dealing a lot with e-commerce, for example, but also with hardware and also very special network of small and medium-sized companies. We don't have only companies. We do have a lot of research institutes and 10 excellent universities and universities of applied sciences, with a very high number of internationals studying here in Thuringia, which we would like to stay in Thuringia in their career, and we are working on that. Many of them to go back to their countries or to other places maybe in bigger cities in Germany. That's one of the challenges that we have in Thuringia, that we would like to keep these students here and work for our big companies and not big companies, but players in the industry. Research institutes, of course, you might know Fraunhofer. We have 5 of them here in Thuringia, Leibniz, Max Planck. They are all very focused on some special areas, and that is all linked to the industrial sectors that we have. 12 technology and business incubators for people wanting to have a place in to start in Europe with a new business and have an infrastructure helping them, and very special in Thuringia, in a high density of R&D, which with about 12,000 employees. Here again, research and development, you will have time to read and maybe to Google these names and see what they really do these are the research and development institutes. Your advantages in Thuringia as a summary, maybe, so you can see, maybe now I would like to present what we can do for you. As I said, I guess you got it now. Thuringia is in the middle of the European world, and that's for us a very a very strong argument to have people visit us and maybe stay or start a business here. A very easy easy market access. If you produce here, you benefit from the made in Germany reputation. You profit from an innovative environment with top-class R&D infrastructure. We do have some investment subsidies, but I guess it's too early to talk about this here. That would be for people who really want to invest. If you want to have some information about it, come to us, LEG, that the State Development Corporation of Thuringia, and we can accompany firms and companies that want to settle or want to have a network first, to have some contacts, some partners, and maybe find a place to produce in Thuringia. LEG does not only do the accompaniment of companies that want to settle. We have a lot of missions that we've been given from the Ministry of Economics of Thuringia, which we work for. LEG is a one-stop agency for many topics. We can find some sites for you. We can help you on financing of your project and give you some information on the regional data, on the regional environment. We can help you identify a partner and recruit professionals for your company. We do have a department at LEG that is called the Agency for the Recovery of Special Employees, and we can help you, which has as a mission to get the people come back to Thuringia that have been going some other places in Germany to work after the wall came down, because Thuringia had a hard time recovering on the economy. Now Thuringia is very strong and need more people working here, and that's what the agency does to get them back here. Working on an international way as well, trying to get some people wanting to come over to Germany and to Thuringia to work. So if you have some young professionals wanting to start a career in Thuringia, you can also contact me or us, and we can help you find some programs that accompany these young professionals to start a career in Germany. We can be your contact to liaise with the local authorities. I already said that we work for the Ministry of Economics in Thuringia, and it's as we are a small region, or a small region, the ways are very short to the decision makers, so we can help you get in contact with them. We can consult you on new technologies, and once you've come to Thuringia, we can help you export again and go to other countries, and that's my job actually. I am working for Thuringia International, which is part of the State Development Corporation. Thuringia International has the aim of internationalizing Thuringia. We do accompany people coming over, and but also we help them going abroad again, some other direction. My job is to do that between Thuringian firms and American potential partners, and for that we have many tools. We can start with the politically led delegation trips, which are missions, groups of Thuringian companies going abroad and led by a politician from Thuringia. It can be the ministry or the Ministry of Economics, for example, which is most of the time the fact. Can be the president of Thuringia as well, depends. I would love to go to Colombia with such a group, and I'm working on that in the next 2 years. Trade missions are missions that are not led by politicians, which is approximately the same for the partner in the other country. For us, it makes a difference because it has a different political way, of course. We do have some representations in other countries, not in America yet, but we're working on that as well. We do some events giving information about countries, which we could do about Colombia as well to start with. And we have one big event that we organize once a year. It's called the Außenwirtschaftstag, which is just one word, Außenwirtschaftstag. And it's called the Thuringian Export Summit. And of course, we welcome business delegation from abroad. And that's maybe the point that is most interesting for you. If you organize, as Marina said, if you decide to organize a company mission to Germany, please have a look at Thuringia. We will be happy to organize this program for you, including company visits, matchmaking with AEN, for example, or maybe just some visits in Thuringia and have a look how nice this area is. It's not famous, but every people who come, they are very nicely surprised about the landscape here and about the companies that we can find here in Thuringia. And now is the time. Now is the time of my next technical challenge. I would like to give you an overview or to show you a film about Thuringia that gives you an overview of everything, a company, industry, but also how nice the area is. Let me try it once, and if it doesn't work, I'll show you some pictures. It's okay?
I think it's coming. Yeah, we can see the video, but without a audio.
Doesn't work.
Yeah, maybe you can share the link to the video because
Okay.
it looks very nice, but we are not listening to it.
Okay. So let me try to describe the video in a few pictures. These are the pictures. I had the impression that it won't work today. So this is Thuringia in a couple of pictures. You can see we have many castles and cathedral. It's Europe, and we do have we are fond of entertaining or keeping up with these monuments and giving them a function in this modern world. So first on the top left, you can see the Wartburg Palace, which we used for the publishing of the events, and maybe you can recognize it. It's a very important castle because this is the place where Martin Luther translated the Bible from Latin to normal language, normal German, so the people could understand it. So that was a very key moment, and it's a very important place for the German culture as well. Next picture is the cathedral in Erfurt, in the very center of Erfurt. It looks very huge because it's built on an artificial hill that makes it 14.5 meters higher than normal. So it gives a very high impression. And the place before the cathedral is huge. So you have a lot of space to look at, to admire this building. These two guys have been walking around in the Thuringian forest, and that's very important for us because Thuringian forest is a kind of a hill where you can do a lot of sport, mountain biking, walking around, trailing or trekking. And also in winter, you can do ski. You can see this picture bottom. This is biathlon. It's not very famous in Colombia, I guess, but it's very important for us to have this possibility to do ski here. So if you're here in winter, you might have the possibility to try it. On the right-hand side, Marina already said that we have some very important people coming from Thuringia, and we also have the most important guys that made up the literature and the culture of the German world. And on the right-hand side, you can see Goethe and Schiller, which are the two main philosophers or the main stones of the German literature. And they spent the most of their life and the most part of their productive life in Weimar. Weimar is our cultural capital of Thuringia. In Thuringia, but in Weimar again, you have a very important Bauhaus architecture center, which is a very important thing on the a very important point for all architects, the basics of the architecture knowledge as well. And now at last, the Thuringian sausage, which is the base of our the best export good that we have on the food area, and that's what you have to eat if you come. Just arrived in Thuringia, you get a sausage in a small bun, and then you are a real Thuringian if you like it. I know you like sausages and meat in Colombia, and you get some good alternatives here in Thuringia. So that's about it. These are my contacts. Feel free to contact me. I can speak Spanish as well. So if you have any question, we can start with this question now. If you have some questions spontaneously, no problem. But if they come a bit later, this is no problem. You can contact me as well.
Thank you very much, Carine, for this. And I'm super glad that you managed to have everything in place. Yeah, if you care to share the video, because it looked very nice.
I'm trying because I had to get another computer, so it worked. So I'm not dealing with two computers, which is quite a
good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's maybe open the room for some questions. If there's anyone that wants to ask something directly, please feel free. Right. Otherwise, you can write your question in the chat, or otherwise you can write directly, if that's okay, to Marina and Carine, because they share their contact details, right? So in this moment, we will stop the recording.